Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Team Toyota of Princeton, back in the rain, the wettest April on record here in New Jersey. It's our 6th straight day of rain, and it wasn't even supposed to rain today. So we have a totally wet, soul red 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross. This is the Nightshade trim. So we got the black wheels, the black two-tone roof. So if you're in the market for a hybrid subcompact crossover SUV, is the Corolla Cross the one you would get? You can let me know as we go through the vehicle. So let's dig in. Front end of the Corolla Cross Nightshade Hybrid in the soul red with the gloss black accents. As we move into the front grille area, we're going to have LED headlights only with standard bulbs for turn signals. And of course, you have the plugs for the fog lamps. Not sure why we have plugs on the Nightshade. It's just one down from the top trim for the Corolla Cross Hybrid in this 25 model year. We have the blacked out Corolla badge in the middle, flat black on the front grille with gloss black surrounds. As we come around to our wheel and tire package, we're going to go with an 18-inch gloss black aluminum alloy wheel. These wheels are wrapped in Goodyear Assurance all-season tires, 225 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on out, there is the soul red with the black accents and the black roof. No chrome at all on this Nightshade. As we move in closer, gloss black side view mirror caps with LED turn signals, gloss black front and rear door handles, left side fuel filler cap up top, gloss black on the roof with the crossbars, the shark fin antenna, and a standard sunroof. And then as we come over the back, we have the black roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass, and then we have a full spread of LED lighting in the back, including the turn signal. So a totally mixed bag, of course, as far as lighting on Corolla Cross. Blacked out badging in the back, Toyota badge in the middle, Corolla Cross on the left, and then SE HEV all-wheel drive, because the Nightshade trim is based on the Corolla Cross SE Hybrid, and then our exhaust is tucked up underneath the rear of the vehicle. We're under the hood of this 25 Corolla Cross Hybrid Nightshade, and we have Toyota's 2-liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid engine mated to an electronically controlled CVT, 196 net horsepower, 139 net pound-feet of torque, but we got big MPGs. 45 in the city, 38 on the highway, 42 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 25 Corolla Cross Hybrid Nightshade, $30,640. This vehicle's got a bunch of options on it, which we'll check out when we go through the window sticker. Once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,350 from Toyota's Huntsville, Alabama assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $35,159. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver's door panel, we'll move on in. We're going to go hard black plastic all the way across the top and all the way down into the insert, with some semi-soft touch on the armrest, flat black on the switchgear black door handle, good sized door pocket with the upgraded JBL sound system. Into the footbox, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Manual seat for both the driver and the front passenger. At this price point, I'd like to see power seat for at least the driver. And then we have the black cloth with the red insert, with the stitching, soft on the bolstering, fairly firm on the headrest. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. We do have the JBL sound system. There's one of the speakers right there in the A-pillar. And then we have hard black plastic, brushed aluminum into your heat and air vent, hard black plastic all the way down until we get to the fairly large glove box. And then we have the 8-inch base infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, built-in nav through subscription service only. Music-wise, You have AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio in here. And we can go back, and there is your AM, FM, and Sirius XM. Bluetooth to phone. Vehicle settings, you got your energy flow meter because obviously it is a hybrid. And then we have some other information like trip info, vehicle alerts, general settings, user profiles, Wi-Fi hotspot, that kind of thing. Software updates are over the air. We do have some vehicle customization in here, but not a lot. And then we go back to the beginning. But when we go to reverse, we have the old Corolla fuzzy backup camera, no trajectory, and that's something that I've been saying now for 2 years they got to get rid of in Corolla and Corolla Cross. Haven't done it yet. Now, back to the beginning. We have a physical volume knob, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, single zone climate control, push button start there right behind the steering wheel. And then down further, we do have a wireless charging pad with a USB-C. And then behind that, you do have your drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash, and an EV only mode. And then here's the gear shift with the red on the gator to go through this electronically controlled CVT. And then we have our electric brake, auto vehicle hold, 2 cup holders, Toyota key fob right here, lock, unlock, panic button, Toyota badge. That's all she wrote. And then our cloth armrest, which is very firm. Open that up, and we do have a 12 volt and another USB-C and a larger area for storage underneath. Steering wheel, we have a leather wrap wheel with the red stitching, Toyota badge on the horn button with some brushed aluminum to lift up the wheel. Round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room at 5'11" to get in and out of this Corolla Cross. It's a nice boxy shape, open and airy passenger cabin. On the left, we're going to have our flat black, where we're going to have our voice commands, telephone commands, controls for the digital portion of your dash, volume. On the right, you have your adaptive cruise control, as well as safety suite controls, modes for your infotainment system, seek for your music. We do have paddles. If we want to go up and down this ECVT manually, of course it has simulated gears. And then we have our headlight controls and turn signals on the right, front and rear wiper. And over here on the left, bright and dim the dash, adaptive high beams on or off, and our traction control on or off. Fuel filler door opener right there, and then underneath that is where you're going to pop the hood. And then we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, and then we have our analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature, and then the smaller display in the center. Drive modes, we have sport, we have normal, and we have eco. Being a hybrid, I think we'll rock in eco today as far as that goes. And then you can go through additional information that you may want to see. You can either go through some submenus, or you can go across the top to see additional information you may want to see when you're going down the road. Overhead console, if you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off and you open and close the door, the button that says door, well, you push that in and leave it in. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. And then we have a manual shade for the sunroof. And then you can open it right here by just hitting the button, glass goes back, wind buffeter comes up, close her on up, and then the right side, you'll get the tilt up or down, and then we can close that shade up. Now, rear view mirror, framed rear view mirror with manual dimming function, and then our sun visor with vanity and an LED light. And does it slide? No, but you do have an extension. Then in the back of the Corolla Cross, rear door panel, all hard black plastic, just like the front, with semi-soft on the armrest. I have the seat set for my driving position, so in we go. First up, step on in with your right foot, duck and twist, because it is a subcompact crossover. Once I'm in, I have enough room for my head, shoulders, and barely enough room for my knees with the seat set for me as the driver. No seat pocket behind the driver. We do have one behind the front passenger. In the back, 2 heat and air vents, and way down there, 2 USB-Cs for rear seat connectivity. Then the back seats, same black cloth with the red 2-tone insert. Feels pretty firm, not bad though, but no center armrest, and there needs to be center armrest in here. But overall, it's pretty comfortable back here. Getting into the cargo area of this Corolla Cross Hybrid Nightshade, it's a manual tailgate, so you have to come to the back, and right above the license plate there's a button. You push it and lift up. Now, rear seats up 21.5 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Corolla Cross. All-season floor mats right here, all-season cargo mat underneath that. Underneath here, we do have some additional storage and a fix-a-flat because there's no spare. We do have some cubbies on either side for some additional storage. There's the JBL subwoofer with some LED lighting in the back. We do have the removable tonneau cover in here. And then to get the rear seats down, you just have to reach through, push the button, throw them forward, reach through, push the button, throw them forward. And now, with the rear seats down and this tonneau cover out and this boxy shape, 61.8 cubic feet of cargo space in this Corolla Cross Nightshade Hybrid. And those figures, the source for that is Edmunds.com. Window sticker, here we go, 25 Corolla Cross Hybrid Nightshade in the Soul Red. Government safety ratings, fuel economy estimates are big. Standard equipment, sport suspension, we'll see how that feels. And then all our options. An extra $800 for JBL, an extra $940 for the moonroof, $475 for the paint, $500 for the two-tone. Too much. Total vehicle MSRP, $35,159, made in Alabama by Toyota. Take this baby out for a spin. All right, we are in this 25 Corolla Cross Nightshade Hybrid Action in the Soul Red. Right off the bat, great visibility out of all the glass. No issues there. Big side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that action in here for safety. Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 in here. LED headlights up front, LED lighting in the back for safety as well. But as you could tell from the start of the video, we are up at about highway speeds around 62, 63 miles an hour, and we got a lot of wind noise, largely coming from those crossbars, which make a racket when you're going down the highway with the wind whistling through those things. And of course, not my cup of tea, crossbars on a car, so I probably wouldn't get those. But as far as tech goes in here, it's all right. You got the base system, you get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, you get a single zone climate control, you get wireless charging, you get some drive modes, plus an EV only mode if you want to go that route. And you get big MPGs, which is really what the attraction is to this Corolla Cross, are the MPGs. You only get a couple of USB-Cs up front. I guess it holds 4 or 5 it's supposed to hold, and you get 4 USB-Cs. Not the end of the world there. You get the roof, which they're charging you a lot more for, and the JBL speakers they're charging you a lot more for. I don't know. At 35, 36 grand for this, I just feel like it needs to have more va-va-voom on the interior. This interior has a lot of plastics in it. It has these base cloth seats, even though they try to dress it up with a two-tone scheme. I just need some more on the interior for 36 grand. Even though it's a hybrid and it's going to save me money on gas, I am going to pay a few $1,000s more from this than a regular gas-only Corolla Cross. So Toyota vehicles, I just like to see a little bit more va-va-voom on the inside. They're getting awfully plain here in the last couple of years, but you let me know what you think about that action. Handling wise, the vehicle is very, very light on its feet. The steering very, very light and a bit vague, as you would expect a SUV hybrid to behave. The brakes feel good, nice and steady on the brakes, no problem there. Turns okay. There you go with the brakes, and now we'll take off. little noisy under load, but it is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with the eCVT. Once you're up to speed and you take your foot off the accelerator, all you can hear is the wind noise from the crossbars. And it wallows in the turns as you would expect, even though this is supposed to have sport tuned suspension. I don't know really how stiff it's tuned. Doesn't seem like it's stiff at all, frankly. But people are buying this. It is the segment leader, the Corolla Cross is, in terms of sales. 2024, I think they sold just under 80,000 of these. So they do sell very well in the segment. But people buy them for the big MPGs and Toyota's reputation for reliability. That's what they buy these. People buy these for. I don't think they're buying them for the interiors. I really don't. But you can let me know if you're an owner of one of these. What attracted you to this vehicle and why did you buy it? Put in the comments. Let everybody on YouTube know what your decision-making process was. Now, we do have a nice quick turning radius here of only 17.7 feet. So that's a really good number. It just whips right around. We missed the Monday morning garbage can, and then around we go. So we're gonna go ahead and we're in Eco now. Let's try Sport and see what happens. Let's move the gear shift to the left, and let's try to shift like it's a big time sports car. Here we go. It really doesn't have simulated shift points, right? The downshift feels more like simulated shift points, but the upshift just feels like they're putting a pause every time you pull the pedal or the paddle. So I don't know how many people are going to drive this in sport mode with the paddles anyway. Probably unnecessary in this vehicle. I think most people are going to drive this probably in Eco to try to eke out big MPGs, hypermile this baby, see if they can get, you know, over 50 and save a lot of money on gas. That's my guess, but you let me know. But if you're in the market for a subcompact crossover SUV and you need a hybrid, are you going Corolla Cross? Are you going Honda HR-V? You let me know. You put it in the segment, put it in the comments. They're the two heavy hitters in the segment, and you let me know. But I do want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross Nightshade Hybrid in Soul Red with a black two-tone roof for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.